The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing on the first Saturday in May. And yes, that means it's time for the running of the Kentucky Derby, the 145th edition. And Dick and I will have our big preview here this morning on that later this afternoon down in Louisville. On the racetrack, we had 2 stakes here over the weekend, $100,000 Lyman Handicap and the $100,000 Foxy JG Stakes. Terrific fields assembled for those. We'll also introduce you to a couple of new programs sponsored by the PTHA. Danielle Montgomery will be here with us a little bit later on in the show. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down on the beautiful first floor here at Parks Racing. And he is, as I said last week, Mr. Kentucky Derby, Dick Girardi. And Dick, the 145th edition. That's getting to be a pretty big number.
Yeah, it is a big number, Keith. And my streak of 31 in a row ended last year. I'm going to be here again on Saturday, so I'm thinking I might go back next year. I thought I'd give it a couple of years off, but it's a great race this year. There's so many possibilities. There's no obvious horse in here like last year where Justified just jumped off the page. California Chrome and 14 and Pharaoh and 15. We don't have that horse, but boy, we have a lot of really neat horses in very good form.
Dick, the horses that you mentioned, it's interesting as we look at the profile for the horses that have won recently. The last late runner to win was 2013 at Orb. Other than that, we have California Chrome, American Pharaoh, Nyquist, Always Dreaming, and of course last year Justified. They were all close to the pace.
Yeah, I think that's the way to win the Derby anymore. And if you watch the way it's ridden and watch Mike Smith last year on Justified, all the jockeys that have horses with even a little bit of speed, they want to do one thing: get away from the trouble. And they don't want to take any chance on being in mid-pack where you don't know who's going to be stopping in front of you. So it's going to be fascinating to watch those first couple hundred yards, and I'd especially watch Mike Smith on Omaha Beach because he's clearly tipped his hand on how he wants to ride the Derby.
Okay, well, let's start with Omaha Beach, Dick. And of course, Dick Mandela has not been a major player in the Kentucky Derby or the Classics, but Dick, Omaha Beach, his style does fit what we've seen.
It's the perfect style, and I think there's a couple of reasons why Mike Smith chose him over Roadster. I think the style is one of them. I think the fact that he obviously loves Mandela and knows how good this horse is right now. It's hard to go away from Bob Baffert, who won the Triple Crown with. And the other thing is, he has a 20-year friendship with Rick Porter, who owns Omaha Beach. Mike was the regular rider, you'll remember this, for Jostle, which was Rick's first big horse. Then, of course, he was the rider all the way through for Songbird. I think that relationship, it was huge. I wrote about Omaha Beach for Philly.com and the Daily News and the Inquirer this week. And that, to me, is, I think, ultimately why Mike made that choice.
Now, Dick, you mentioned Bob Baffert. Of course, recent history tells us that the Derby goes through Mr. Baffert. He'll be sending 3 out later today. Improbable, Game Winner, and Roadster. Of those 3, who do you think has the best chance to win?
It's interesting. It's really close to me. Probably, this is just me now, Improbable, and it might be because I'm rooting for a good friend of mine who bet him at 125 to 1 on Breeders' Cup Friday last year, prior to him running. Remember, he ran in the undercard, won a stakes race? So he's been kind of hoping he got there, first of all, and got there in good shape. I think he's got the biggest upside of the 3, but if you said Game Winner wins, I'm not going to be surprised. If you said Roadster, who Baffert said last summer was his next superstar, that's not going to surprise me. I mean, look, he's going for number 6. Why would we be surprised if Mr. Baffert wins again?
Now, Dick, if you want to call a little bit of a wild card, but again, a horse that fits the profile and ran big in the Florida Derby, and a guy who wins at a big, high percentage, Maximum Security and Jason Service.
Yeah, I think this horse is being undervalued. I think people think the Florida Derby was a fluke because he got loose on the lead in slow fractions and he ran for 16,000. Forget all that. He's got 2 of the 3 triple-digit buyers in this race. He's trained by a guy who's been the hottest trainer in the country for a flat year now. Came close to winning 2 Breeders' Cup races. And I don't think he needs the lead to win. I think he is an absolute factor. Ignore him at your peril.
Dick, a horse that doesn't necessarily fit the profile, but really has had a terrific spring and comes out of a terrific barn, and that's Tacitus and Bill Mott.
Well, it's interesting. There's 2 of the greatest American trainers have horses in this race. Neither has won the Derby. Bill Mott has won, Richard Mandela's the other. Both have probably their best chances ever. Tacitus is live. He'll need the pace to go right. He'll need a good trip. But we said this before. He is the best bred horse in this race by Tappet after our cotillion winner out of close hatches who won multiple grade ones. If it's just about breeding, that's your winner.
I think that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Correct.
We have so many more that we can talk
Yeah,
about.
there's a ton of them that could possibly win. I think you could get up to like 8 or 10 this time, and that is not usually the case.
We'll touch base on a couple of those as we make our way through the show, but how about we get to the racetrack?
Let's do that.
Let's take a look at one of the 2 stakes that we had over the weekend. We'll take a look at the other here in just a bit. We'll start with the Lyman Handicap. That's the Pennsylvania-bred males going 7 furlongs for $100,000, Dick. And when I got the field, when it first came to me, I looked at it and I said, wow.
You sent me an email.
Yes,
loaded.
I did.
You
This
said,
is one of the best additions to the Lyman I've seen in a while.
Yeah, how about this? When you first went through it, 10 horses had made almost $3 million.
Yeah.
That's what we had. And it's the same thing in the Foxy JG. I mean, David just put together 2 tremendous stakes to start off his run here with the stakes year here at
Now,
Parks.
Dick, there was a significant scratch, but actually I thought he was going to be a bet against, and that's Call Paul. Now, he was a graded winner, a 2-time graded winner. He was the morning line favorite, but he does scratch out. So the favorite becomes the entry set out by trainer Ed Coletti, Midtown Charlie Brown, and Midnight Charlie. They go off at 7-5, and you can kind of make a case for both of them.
You can, and I thought it was interesting that Michael Sanchez, who I assume had his choice, took Midnight Charlie, not Midnight Charlie Brown. So read into that what you will. But you get them both, obviously, if you're gambling.
7-5. Number 3, Cowboy MZ's the second choice at 4-1 for Marcus Saletta. He put up some big numbers last year. He was off for about 7 months, and Dick, in his comeback race, he was terrific.
Yeah, he's a one-way horse. When he makes the front clear, he can beat just about anybody. And it was interesting, Frankie was going to ride Call Paul. When he came out, Frankie jumps to Cowboy MZ, and I jumped right with him. I thought he was going to be loose on the lead. The only question I had was 7 furlongs going to be too many furlongs.
You get This Cat Can Jump, a good-looking 3-year-old for Scott Lake. You get Navy Commander, who won the Long Branch for trainer Butch Reed, put up big numbers last year. Long May You Run is a 16-time winner. Dick, this field was loaded.
Yeah, it really was. It's certainly the best lineman we've ever had.
Great stretch run. Here's the call. And they're off in the Lyman Handicap. Good start for Navy Commander. Midtown Charlie Brown is there. Expected speed on the inside from Cowboy MZ. So those 3 vie for the early lead, with Long May You Run fourth on the far outside. Onto the main track, This Cat Can Jump now moves up into the 5th position. Winning the medal is 6th. JW's Tricky Mischief is 7th. Then farther back to Midnight Charlie and Jump for Alex at the back. So they head toward the half-mile pole. And up front, Cowboy MZ leads 3/4 of a length. Midtown Charlie Brown is right there 2nd. Winning the medal, an early run now up into 3rd. This Cat Can Jump is 4th. On the far outside, Long May You Run 5th. Navy Commander has shuffled back a bit. Now 6th and some 3 lengths off the lead. Then it's JW's Tricky Mischief. Midnight Charlie in traffic down at the inside. And at the back, the trailers Jump for Alex. They're midway on the far turn. Cowboy MC still holding on to that lead. The lead is just a length. Long May You Run is poised on the outside 2nd. Midtown Charlie Brown has dropped back in behind those 2. Winning the medal did not kick on. On the far outside, it's Midnight Charlie and JW's Tricky Mischief. Cowboy MZ. Final furlong now opens up. Cowboy MZ a 2.5 length lead. Long May You Run is full out. On the outside, it's Midnight Charlie and JW's Tricky Mischief. Here comes Long May You Run with a late surge. On the outside, Midnight Charlie coming on. They're coming down to the line. It's Midnight Charlie. Midnight Charlie got up late to win it. Dick, when we previewed, you mentioned that Mr. Michael Sanchez chose Midnight Charlie.
Yes, sir.
And he did so for a reason.
He did.
I thought he gave the horse a great ride,
He
Dick.
did.
He saw the contested pace up front. He sat back, was patient, managed to find some running room around the far turn, and then ran down the speed lane to get up win by a half length. Midnight Charlie has never been worse than 2nd. He gets his first stakes win, pays $4.80 to win. Long May You Run, a tough way to lose. He finishes 2nd. JW's Tricky Mischief, a long shot 3rd. Midnight Charlie, Eddie Coletti wins the Lyman.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great 2018, and as we're going to see, Eddie is having a pretty good start to 2019 in the stakes program. But yeah, 2 sons of Uptown Charlie Brown in the entry. He's that great young sire who's been on a roll. And I was happy with my pick of Cowboy MZ, and I thought he had it at the quarter pole, but then you could see at the 8th pole the stride started to shorten. Frankie did what he could, but 7 was 1 too many furlongs.
Well, Dick, we're going to take a look at the Foxy JG here when we come back, but also when we come back, a couple of new outstanding programs that we're going to introduce you to in the backstretch. Danielle Montgomery joins us after this.
It's a Smarty Party at Parks Racing Labor Day.
Smarty Jones.
Get up close and personal with the Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner. Remember this? Don't miss this historic occasion as Smarty will parade one final time down the stretch to celebrate his 15th anniversary of horse racing immortality. Free family fun, plus the Grade 3 Smarty Jones Stakes and 6 other exciting races as well. Yes, Smarty is back at the track. See him live one final time, only at Parks Racing Labor Day.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner, low-mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free CARFAX report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Time for this week's feature segment. And as I mentioned, 2 new programs in the backstretch. And Dick, they're called Leg Up and Pony Up.
Appropriately named,
Yes.
as Danielle will explain.
Yeah, you had a chance to catch up with Danielle, and here's more.
The PTHA is really proud to present our A Leg Up program. And it's a mentorship for people to start new entry-level jobs on the backside. Our trainers came to us and they said, you know, we need help back here. There's over 600 people that work here in Bensalem at Parks Racing, and they're great entry-level jobs. Pretty much every trainer that you see started as a hot walker. We all started as hot walkers. So what we've done is we've had some of our trainers agree to be mentors. So if somebody wants to get into racing, learn how to work on the backside, these are great jobs. There's 600 people back here that have fantastic jobs, and what we'll do is we'll bring you in, we'll get you through the gate, we'll match you up with a trainer, and as long as you can walk a few miles a day, you can start out, and we'll get you started, and you can work your way up. This industry has so much to go. You can go from a hot walker to a groom, exercise rider, assistant trainers, all the way up. So it's a great program where we'll bring them in and help them get started.
So that's a leg up at the racetrack. Now tell us about Pony Up.
The Pony Up program is sponsored by the PTHA, and as you know, the PTHA supplies great health benefits for our people. And we also realize that there's a substance abuse problem in America, and it's the same here. So what we've done is we've realized that we need to get our backstretch workers help if they need it. So we went to our Representative Jean DiGirolamo and we said, these people work here in Bensalem, what kind of help can we get them? So we have a whole program. We launched it at our first annual health fair this year. And basically anybody that works on the backside that needs help, all they have to do is come to the PTHA office. We'll pony up with them. We'll get them to the help that they need. And so that we're really proud of that program, and we think it's going to make a difference here, especially with all the new faces that are coming in through our Leg Up program. We'll pony up with them and make sure that anybody who needs help can get it as well.
And Dick, Danielle's not done yet. She's going to be back later with our PTHA,
Yes,
our attorney for home horse of the week. So, but thanks to Danielle. Time to get to some more racing action brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. Dick, this time it's the Foxy JG, the Pennsylvania Bred Fillies and Mares at 7/8 for $100,000. We got to tip our cats to our buddy Dave Sajanic of the backstretch. Put together 2 terrific stakes over the weekend. And the favorite here for the Foxy JG, Dick, was number 5, Bronx Bomber, who's 8-5 for trader Tony Margada. Frankie Pennington gets the ride here. And Dick, she's put together a pretty good record in her young career.
No, she has. She's been close in some graded stakes, and I mean, I understood why she was favored. I was a little surprised how heavily she was favored, given how strong this field was. And again, it tells you a lot about where Pennsylvania breeding is, that you can bring all these horses from all over. You had 2 fields with combined earnings of $6 million. Think about it. That's where we are right now in 2019.
Second choice, the 11 Rose Tree is 4-1 for trainer Jonathan Shepard. Dick, I had some questions about this as a second choice. She hasn't sprinted in a long time.
Yeah, now she's been running all these route races. She's got some good sprints in her back paper, but as you pointed out, you got to go all the way back to 2017 to find it.
Can you say gone?
Yeah, I can say that.
You can.
I think some Eddie Colette.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Foxy JG. And they're off in the Foxy JG. Stumbling beginning for the circle game. Risque's Diamond fires out from that outside gate. Zipper's Heroes there in the early mix. Those two 1-2 after the opening furlong. Awesome Singer moves up third. Bronx Beauty and Phantom Proton are both right there. The circle game is quickly recovered and moves up down at the inside. So they head to the 5/8 pole. Zipper's Hero gets clear to a 2.5 length lead. Risque's Diamond second and neck. The circle game is third. Bronx Beauty is dropped back a bit toward the inside. Sweetest Yet now moves up fourth. Smokin' Patty Lassie fifth. Phantom Proton is in mid-pack, some 6 lengths off the lead. Trolley Ride begins to move up in the clear on the far outside. Awesome Singer is some 9 lengths out of it. After that comes It's a Journey. Rose Tree has only 1 horse beaten right now. That's Gray's an Honor. They're strung out with 3 gates to go in pursuit of Zipper's Hero. Zipper's Hero now cruising along with a 3.5, almost a 4-length lead. Risque's Diamond is second. Sweetest Yet trying to run on down at the inside. On the outside, it's Smokin' Patty Lassie. On the far outside, Trolley Ride. Nobody really running on for the back. It's all Zipper's Hero. Zipper's Hero comes to the final furlong with a 5, almost a 6-length lead. Sweetest Yet now set down second, and then Smokin' Patty Lassie, Risque's Diamond, and Trolley Ride. Zipper's Hero is in front. Sweetest Yet trying to close that gap late, but they come to the finish. It's all Zipper's Hero. Jumped out to the early lead and dominated in the Foxy JG. Zipper's Hero. Well, our buddy Eddie Coletti won the Lyman, and then he comes back with the Foxy JG, Dick, with Zipper's Hero. And Dick, I'm calling the race. Zipper's Hero comes out of the chute, gets a clear lead. I know it's a good field.
Sure.
I'm expecting him to start closing the gap a little bit. No, it goes the other way. She just continues to pull away and pull away. What a performance. $19.60 to win.
Yeah, it's a 6-year-old mare, and look, it was a powerhouse performance. So the interesting part was nobody else really ran. Like you said, you're waiting for somebody to run. In addition to everything else that happened here, and the great card that David put together, Phantom Proton, the 6th.
Yeah.
Neil Drysdale, Hall of Famer.
I liked Phantom Proton.
First ever horse started here at Parks. Comes all the way from Santa Anita, Pennsylvania bred. But that's telling you that David and his crew are doing some work to put these races together. Can't wait to see the rest of the stakes program. He's just getting started.
Eddie Coletti with the Lyman Foxy JG double.
I texted Eddie yesterday on Sunday, and I said, my man, you're continuing hot.
Dick, let's get to our national race of the week. Go out to Santa Anita for the Grade 2 Santa Margarita. It's the older filly to bears going at 9 furlongs. A big favorite, number 8, Paradise Woods, gets bet down to 3 to 5. She had been trained by Dick Mandela, now into the barn of John Sheriffs. Now, Dick, she had a terrific 3-year-old season.
She did.
But she hasn't won in a long time. Her last victory was September of 2017 when she was 1-2, so she was supposed to win.
Right, and she ran in the Breeders' Cup Distaff, ran a respectable 3rd that year, but yeah, she just hasn't won. She's not like she's running badly.
Right.
The key to Paradise Woods is the sky.
The sky.
When she sees the sky, in other words, nobody's in front of her, she can beat anybody.
Dick's second choice is number 3, La Force, who's 5-2 here for trainer Patty Gallagher. Her last 4 starts have been Grade 1 races, and she has been a runner-up in 3 of those.
Yeah, she's been in against all the heavyweights, Unique Bella, Veil Dory, and most recently Monomoy Girl, the BC Distaff back in November.
Paradise Woods needs the sky?
She does.
Yeah, she does. Here's the call.
Into the far turn, just a smidge, Paradise Woods on the outside, an imposing presence, and up to take the lead effortlessly. Just a smidge is trying to hang tough, but is a length and a half behind, and the rest of the field well back. Exuberance and La Force. Turning for home, Mike Smith just sitting on Paradise Woods, and she struts her stuff, widens to lead it by 6 easy lengths. Just a smidge could not keep pace. On the outside, La Force is moving into second, but what an exhibition here from Paradise Woods, who's back in fine form, just trotting through the stretch. Absolute effortless performance as she wins by close to double digits.
Well, Dick, one of my little catchphrases around here is visits Romp City today. I think Paradise Woods went to Romp City. Boy, she won easily 10.5 lengths and pays $3.20 to win.
Yeah, when she wins, it's not close.
Right.
And she runs triple digits. This is her 3rd triple-digit buyer. It's just a question of when she gets her situation. She obviously had it in this race.
Yep, she's very talented. Dick, of course, Kentucky Derby later today. We want to talk some more Derby, and of course, you can come out and enjoy all of the stuff right here at Parks throughout the afternoon. We do have the open early at 10 o'clock. So when you get done the show, come right on out, get your spot, because there's all kinds of great stuff, live music, hat contest. You want to be in the hat contest.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm going to be in the hat contest.
You got it.
There's no question.
Well, Dick, come out, enjoy it all right here. Dick, some of the other horses that we didn't get a chance to talk about, how about Vekoma? What do you think of Vekoma?
No, I think he's okay. I think he's going to be in probably the second flight. He was more speed in the Bluegrass because there was very little speed in that race. I think he's a factor. I think you can probably throw out War of Will's last race. race when he just missed the break. Thought he was much better in his recent workout. And we must mention Win.
Yeah.
Trained out at Fairhill by Mike Trombetta. This is a grandson of Smarty Jones. And by the way, today would be Roy Chapman's 93rd birthday.
Really?
Pat Chapman is rooting hard for that grandson of Smarty Jones.
Horses that don't fit the profile but have done well so far in the spring. How about Code of Honor and High Call?
Yeah, no, I think, again, they're both live. Shug McGahee with Code of Honor won his Derby with Orb a couple of years ago. I thought the High Cal ran good in the Gotham and okay in the Wood. It's a fun race. They're all kind of bunched. There's like, I think I counted 10 horses that are between 95 and 99 on the Beyer scale.
Right.
So it's just like, what? You know, give me the races with Justified, California Chrome, where I know who's going to win.
Now, Dick, one of the trainers we haven't mentioned yet is some guy named Todd Pletcher, and a horse that I think has some interest to me, maybe hitting the board and getting it at a big price. How about Cutting Humor?
Yeah, no, I think he's okay. Won the Sunland Derby, and Todd Pletcher is Todd Pletcher. And another one, if you're looking for a long shot to use, by my standards, this horse is just completely blown up. And of all the horses working down in Kentucky, he's probably the one who's getting more positive comments, and he's going to be every bit of 20-1 for our man Brett Calhoun.
Really?
So by my standards,
I will take a
he might be this year's Remember the Giacomo, which might have been my greatest line in history. Unfortunately, I did not remember anything because I needed a Fleet Alex to win the race.
Well, Dick, let's get to our next break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing, our jockey and trader of the week, and we'll have some more stuff right after this.
It's a Smarty Party at Parks Racing Labor Day.
Smarty Jones!
Get up close and personal with the Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner. Remember this? Don't miss this historic occasion as Smarty will parade one final time down the stretch to celebrate his 15th anniversary of horse racing immortality. Free family fun, plus the Grade 3 Smarty Jones Stakes and 6 other exciting races as well. Yes, Smarty is back at the track. See him live one final time, only at Parks Racing Labor Day.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
Who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
but it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs,
Jobs and billions in economic impact each year.
all across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing, and it's time for our Turning for Home Horse of the Week, brought to you, of course, by the good folks at Turning for Home. Log on to their website at turningforhome.org, and she's back. Here's more with Danielle Montgomery.
Our Turning for Home Horse of the Week is Industrial Logic, and this chestnut gelding is a fine example of the kind of class and breeding that our off-track thoroughbreds have to offer lucky adopters. Industrial was a $340,000 yearling purchase. He's royally bred by Candy Ride, who also sired Gunrunner, who retired with earnings just over $16 million after running in all the big races, and Game Winner, who is one of the favorites for today's Kentucky Derby, sent over by Bob Baffert. So while Industrial Logic never made it to the big races, he has inherited the class and quality from those bloodlines. Industrial only ran 11 times, and he made $34,000, which of course makes him a huge loss for former owners who put all the time, training, and care into this horse. He's just a nice boy waiting for his own special person. Thank you. This is Danielle Montgomery with the PTHA's Turning for Home.
And of course, Turning for Home also sponsors our Jockey and Trader of the Week. And Dick, our Jockey of the Week, I thought Michael Sanchez gave that horse a great ride to win the Lyman Handicap. He also had a good week other than that, so he's going to be our Jockey of the Week. And we didn't get a chance to congratulate him last week, so he is definitely our Trainer of the Week. Scott Lake, 6,000 career wins. And Dick, I finally got him to admit to me that it's not about the great help and it's not about the great owners that he always likes to say. When you only have 5 guys that did what you did, it's pretty special.
Yeah, and I wrote about it this week for Let's Go Racing Parks. We were all here that Monday a week ago, and it was a spectacular day because it's something we might not ever see again. The chances of us seeing it here again are like non-existent. So very cool to be around for 6,000.
Okay, and Ed Coletti also gets a nod.
In a normal week,
absolutely.
Ed would have gotten it done, but this
Eddie,
is not a normal week.
A 1 and 1A, so you guys are trainers of the week. Dick, Ion Racing, the huge car down at Churchill Downs. They have 3 other Grade 1s. The Churchill Downs, which used to be a Grade 2 at 7/8, now a Grade 1 Humana Distaff Turf Classic, just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, no, it's a great card. It's the longest day in horse racing, but the good news is there's great horse racing all day long, and you can come out here and gamble. And if you see me out here, ask me who I like, and I'll try to help you out.
I think I've looked at the forecast, and it looks like it should be pretty good.
Oh, my Lord, what?
How about that?
How's that possible?
Yes, it is. So let's hope for a nice day. We'll wrap it up. Be back with News and Notes right after this.
It's a Smarty Party at Parks Racing Labor Day.
Smarty Jones.
Get up close and personal with the Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner. Remember this? Don't miss this historic occasion as Smarty will parade one final time down the stretch to celebrate his 15th anniversary of horse racing immortality. Free family fun, plus the Grade 3 Smarty Jones Stakes and 6 other exciting races as well. Yes, Smarty is back at the track. See him live one final time, only at Parks Racing Labor Day.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
And they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
Who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing,
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
but it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs,
Jobs.
And billions in economic impact each year.
all across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Amazing achievements for Pennsylvania breds on the world stage. Thanks to Finest City, Unique Bella, and Shamrock Rose, PA joins Kentucky as the only state in the past decade to breed Eclipse Award champions 3 straight years. Add that to our unmatched incentives. Plus, our Racehorse Development Fund can only be used to support PA breeding and racing. Why breed anywhere else? This is Brian Sanfratello. Go to pabred.com and see why Pennsylvania is the premier place to breed and race.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. We'll wrap it up with News and Notes brought to you by Pewter Stable. On to their website at pewterstable.com. Become an owner today. Bruce Casella, Dick Girardi, Keith Jones. Dick, this past week, the local legislators romping around the backstretch with our guys Mike Valesi and Sal DeBunda.
Yeah, give them a nice little tour, give a sense of what it is they need to support in Harrisburg. This great sport that we love so much. And it's interesting, Keith, 15 years ago is when Act 71 was signed into law by Governor Rendell, who's given credit all these years to the great run by Smarty Jones. And I was up at the farm last week, Equistar Farm, and wrote a story about Smarty, who's back now in Pennsylvania for Philly.com. Hopefully everybody got a chance to see it.
The dreaded Derby pick. What you got?
I got Omaha Beach. I think he's got the right style. I love the fact that Mike Smith chose him. And when I look at Dick Mandela right now, he is smiling like a guy who knows something.
I'm going with Game Winner. He's been so close. We know he's good. I think he's going to be close enough. And everything I've read so far, he's doing great down there. So I'm going to take a shot with Mr. Baffert and go with Game Winner. Come out and enjoy all of this stuff right here. It's such a great day at Parks. Enjoy it here with us later this afternoon. And we'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.